Hi guys, it's Lydia
and Emma,
and today we are going to show you a few DIYs for spring.
Yay! First we're going to do a bunny piñata. It's a bunny piñata. Then we are going to use some tinted jars and just a few ideas of what you can do with them when you are done. So let's get this started.
What you will need: 2 balloons, one bigger, one a little bit smaller, 2 colors of crepe paper of your choice, 1 pair of scissors, and a flour and water solution. Make sure your solution is thick but not too thick, yet thin enough to make sure you can get it on your newspaper. You will also need newspaper to cover your balloons and to cover the floor because it does get messy. So you're going to want to take your scissors and cut the newspaper into strips of about 1 inch or smaller to put onto your balloon. So you're going to take your newspaper and your flour water solution and then put the newspaper in the flour water solution just to kind of cover it a little bit. Then when it's mostly covered, you're going to take it out and make sure you get all the excess off by scraping it on the sides of the bowl. Then you're going to slap it onto your balloon and make sure it sticks, so don't have too much, otherwise it won't stick. Once it sticks, you can put on the next one and the next one and the next one until your balloon is completely covered. Continue this for like 2 or 3 layers, and then just make sure that if there's a lot of excess that you put down, don't put too much or it's going to take a long time to dry. So if there's a lot on the balloon, just use a dry piece of newspaper and just slap that on the balloon instead of covering it more. So this is what it should look like when you're all done, and you should repeat the process with the smaller balloon that you're going to use for the piñata's head. And you should leave a small hole around where you tied the balloon because you're going to pop the balloon later on and you want to be able to take it out and then fill the piñata. So when it dries, you're going to take the crepe paper and wrap it around the balloon, and you're going to attach it using either tape or glue. We found that glue held it a little bit better, but you can also use tape. Continue that process until the entire balloon is covered with crepe paper, and you should do it in stripes. Also, do the same thing to the other balloon. When you've covered the entire balloon, go back and cut one edge of the crepe paper so it's fringed. Then cut a face out of construction paper for your head, and the head is the smaller balloon. Pop your balloons, take them out, and fill up the body with candy. Glue the head on top of the body, and you have your piñata. So for the jars, you're going to need however many jars you want to make, 2 spoons, a little tiny bowl for each jar, and a color of food coloring for each jar, and Mod Podge. And then put a tablespoon of water into each bowl. Then add your food coloring. In this, we didn't use very much, but we added more later so the tint would be stronger. So I'd recommend using like 10 drops or so. Then put a few spoonfuls of Mod Podge into each jar. Then add the food coloring and water to the jar. Then screw on the cap and shake it up. You want to mix the Mod Podge and the food coloring as much as possible, but don't worry if it is a little bit streaky on the sides because the streaks will come out. Then pour the Mod Podge and food coloring and water back into the bowl. As you do this, you want to turn the jar so it coats the entire sides. When you're done, put the jars upside down on some newspaper to dry. After about 30 minutes, transfer them to wax paper on top of a cookie sheet. Put them in the oven, which should be preheated to 225 degrees. Leave them that way for 10 minutes and then flip them over for another 10 to 20 minutes. Then take them out and let them cool and you're done. You can do whatever you want with them, but we decided to use some fake flowers.
Hi guys, we hope you liked the video.
Like, comment, subscribe.
We hope it gave you a few ideas to brighten up your house for springtime.
If you want to see more of these, leave it in the comments below or like it.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye!
No!